Hey folks, this is your host, the one, the only, Thrifty Gamer 83 here, bringing you my review of Streets of Rage 3. While I love both Streets of Rage 1 and 2, I decided it was time to review the trilogy. And Streets of Rage 3, as you can guess, is not really a game that I should have reviewed. It is one of those games which, regrettably, I just had to say, yeah, I'll review it, I miss beat-em-ups. And alas, Streets of Rage 3 proves that just because you can remake the engine, and just because you can give it a graphical face overhaul, does not mean you should. Just because you can do that does not mean that you should. The story is just way, way, way out there. And everything about the game itself just seemed at the time to be just trying to compete with what Sega had previously released with the Sega CD. So when Streets of Rage 3 came out, they just decided, well, fans will buy this no matter what type of story we put on there. Well, I like the generic story of police officers saving the city from the syndicate style crime bosses. It just, I can't play Streets of Rage 3 without getting a mind-numbing headache. The audio is just as static and pop-filled as I remember it when I first played it. I remember it now. I remembered renting it and thinking, this is going to blow Streets of Rage 1 and 2 out of the water. Well, it didn't. And as a matter of fact, Streets of Rage 3 just, it gave me headache after headache. Usually when you hear the grunting after you knock down an enemy or knock them out, yeah, it proves to be good, but the same generic sound plays time and time and time again. It's just that same digitized sound that makes you want to strangle the cartridge itself or strangle the collection cartridge or the disc that you have it on. Streets of Rage 3 is just that terrible sound. And while the graphics look impressive, you really shouldn't just do an overhaul to it. It should have been on a newer console. It should have been on the Sega CD, but I think Sega just decided in one of its vastly intelligent moves to shoehorn the entire project onto a cartridge. I cannot say enough things about Streets of Rage 3 other than to avoid like the plague. Alright folks, rant, rave, love, hate, click that subscribe button. You're keeping my show on the air. I'm really sorry if some of you like Streets of Rage 3. Well, actually I'm not. I'm just going to tell you the game is terrible. Save yourself.